Hey up everyone, what's going on and welcome back to Sheffield United for episode 26. I want to say thank you first and foremost because, like I say, this is episode 26 and 10 of the episodes so far have hit triple digits in views, which is more than double the amount that my entire series of York got, which was 180 episodes long last year. So it's also more than the Atletico series got as well for last year's beta. So the support this year has been incredible. Thank you for everyone who's subbed, thank you for anyone who's viewed, thank you for anyone who's liked, and especially thank you for anyone who's left a comment recently, which have been popping up more and more frequently. It's very encouraging. Thank you very much. Now back to Sheffield, where since we last met, West Brom, of course, 3-0 beat the league leaders. They're still top, by the way. We have gathered 10 points from 4 games. A draw with Norwich, which at this stage is viewed as a disappointment, but Cavallo and Esposito scoring in the first half. I had to play both of them because I ran out of right wingers. So I had to play asymmetric and have 2 strikers, one playing off the other. Bournemouth, Fulham both dispatched 3-1, and Southampton a disappointing 1-0, quite frankly, but they are very much rooted to the bottom, and if I'm completely honest, Neymar and Dominic Calvert-Lewin versus Angus Gunn should not end in a 1-0. Especially as neither of them actually got the goal. There's no transfer news, so I'm just going to show you that first Dominic Calvert-Lewin goal against Norwich because it's one of the best assists I've ever seen. And it came from Jordi Alba, who hasn't been great in total, although that might be due to the fullback issues we've been having in FM21 this year so far. So hopefully, maybe he might be better now. He's not first choice. Meza has actually eclipsed him. Meza is now number 1 in left back anyway. The ball ends up in our defence. It's not Jordi Alba. He just play it off briefly to other defenders. But he does get it back and then puts through this ball here. What an assist! And then the finish is quite nice too. Nice little dink over the goalkeeper, and that was 1-0 very early on. Yeah, we bowled it. We actually bowled it in the first half. But with no transfer news, 2 games, Manchester United, Liverpool. We'll get straight on that. Man City, Liverpool later on. Man City drew a game, so they have thrown one of their games in hand away. And probably most notably of all, they're telling us not to go balanced for once against Man United. Also, for some reason, they keep wanting me to put Armando Izzo at right back, who is, as you'll see from this list, 4th. He's also the only one who doesn't primarily pop in as a right back out of these 4. Jota is actually competent as a right back. Sorry, momentary distraction. What? Why has he got makeshift as a right back and nothing in between? What's his tackling? 7. Not horrific. Not great, but not horrific. What is horrific, and you've seen it probably already, is Dominic Calvert-Lewin is out for 3 to 7 days, which might include both games. James Maddison's also out all the way through to the PSG match, at the very least. But apart from those 2 injuries, the lineup will be our full first team. Xhaka in goal, Meza on the left, Badiashile, Fofana, Walker, Brozovic, Burge, Neymar, Jones, Edwards, and Esposito up front, who has been in the goals. Calvert-Lewin on occasion hasn't been at full green heart. I hate the fact it's not a number now because you can't refer to it easily, but on occasions he's not been in a full green heart on match day, so I have been playing Esposito to rotate in a bit, and he has been scoring with those chances. With this player gone, you'll have to wait until next transfer window before replacing him. Is that fair? 0 appearances, 0 subs. What? Are you alright, game? Are you alright? I didn't really pause on their lineup, but it is basically the same as it was at the start of the season. I can't remember if we played them just before the transfer window shut in August. Hang on, Harry Kane. Okay, maybe I should have paused on their team lineup because I did not remember them signing him. But yeah, I can't remember if they actually signed, but they definitely definitely don't think they signed Kane by that point. Or De Vrij? I'm not certain. De Vrij, I suppose it would be. De Vrij? De Vrij. If running off the Van Dijk pronunciation, it must be De Vrij. Matheus Henrique seems new as well. I'm not sure if that's... I feel like I should recognise the name. Esposito. That looked closer than it was going to be when he hit it. I know it's West Brom's point tally just ticked up again, so they must have scored. Yeah, they're beating West Ham. Kane puts it across. Greenwood gets to that. The fact that Greenwood got on the end of that is somewhat concerning. Arsenal also winning at this stage as well. But Man City have 2 games on us as things stand, but they are 9 points behind us. So they messed up somewhere along the line, including against us, of course. Badiashile makes it 1-0, and I really should have been celebrating more than I am. It sort of happened out of nowhere. It took me off guard. I was mid-sentence and it just started with the corner being taken. Badiashile takes the head on there from Esposito and pops it in at the back post. Man City are playing Liverpool, of course, today. But I think they messed up against a weaker opposition, like we messed up against Norwich, in fairness. But we're at that stage where a point against Manchester City I take as a good point, and a point against Norwich is disappointing. According to the map, the XG, according to the shot map, the shot was taken from off the pitch. I think that needs to be recentered. Like I said before in this series, I try to avoid playing the same team twice in any given season. But when it comes to Manchester United, they have been our bogey team for this save so far. I think we've played them about 6 or 7 times already, including cup competitions, and we've only beaten them once, I want to say. Bruno Fernandes charging forward, and we've not beat them in the league, I'm pretty certain. It was a cup competition that we did beat them in. So they weren't at full strength. And the ball say there's the equaliser. Bruno Fernandes pops the corner in and nowhere. Maguire does not score against his former club. Yeah, he's the only former Sheffield United player I've yet to recapture. Although I did have a bid accepted. I did say this before, but yeah, they accepted the bid, but he just had no interest in joining us. That really shouldn't have gone through. And Xhaka, who's had massive interest from Borussia Dortmund this window, and I've declined it every time. And on his behalf, in fairness, he said he was not interested at all. I'm concerned by the fact this highlight started with the free kick. Damn it. It had accuracy and power. Like, it looks like Xhaka's had a very bad moment there in goal as he's palmed it into the roof of the net. But it was whipped at him quite viciously. Gomez is coming off for Jones, who's been quite bad today. Fernandes is on the ball. Mez has headed it onto no one in particular. Wan-Bissaka will get it before it goes off the pitch. I'm not sure if I would have preferred a throw in there, but we've got the possession back. So no, I would not have preferred a throw in there. Edwards charging forward. Edwards has put Esposito through onside, and that is an excellent finish. It said superb assist and an excellent. It actually said, I think, excellent finish in the text. It is a great pass. It is a great pass, great assist, because Esposito managed his run perfectly there. That's not the right wording. I even said perfectly wrong, which is ironic. I'm recording this quite early in the day. It's probably the earliest I've actually ever recorded a video. Badiashile, Neymar. He's gone for distance. Well, I love the fact he whacked that so wide it went over the bit that said silence the critics. That wouldn't have. That definitely wouldn't have, Neymar. I'm just really glad Ganso got a work permit. Because 400k plus 15 grand a week just to appease Neymar, who we got on a free transfer, is worth the money. That was much better from Neymar. Nearly caught De Gea out of the near post. Nearly. Okay, so they brought on Diallo on that right-hand side. My left-back's not had the best of games, but not the worst of games. Those ratings have sort of stabilised. He's 6.6 today. Jordi Alba comes on as a fresh player there. Burge is quite tired. Neymar's quite tired as well. Are we on 73 minutes? Witzel's on as well. I want to say fresh legs, but they're both 33. And those changes seemingly just killed the game, as we've had no highlights since it's our corner, but that could always go horribly wrong. Esposito goes close. I hope that's it. It is. Paul Tierney blows that whistle, and we pick up an historic victory at Old Trafford. I can't remember where we beat them before, but it was definitely a cup game, and I do not think we've actually ever beaten them in the league. So that is the first time we've done that, and that is wonderful news. 3 points from Old Trafford. Esposito in the goals again. He may be way back in the ratings. Arsenal 6-0 winners over 10-men Leicester. West Brom 2-0 over West Ham in the Battle of the Wests. Deeney with a penalty. How many penalties has he scored? Because he is still second in the goal scoring list. Raising fitness concerns for Neymar is not what I wanted to hear right now. I don't think I can actually add anyone. The only thing I really want to do is swap in Meza. I've actually hit a bit of a homegrown wall, which is problematic. Badovanovic on loan, by the way, is doing quite well for Sporting Gijon. Yeah, it's quite a list of players missing out. Ganso, of all people, is upset about not being in the Champions League squad. I apparently hurt his feelings. However, will I cope? I've got an awful feeling. Yeah, it is. It's Manchester City that follows. The February is ridiculous. If this was season 1, we were lucky to get out of February with more than 3 points. Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester City, Aston Villa, PSG. I think the Everton match is actually moved, or the Chelsea match, maybe. I think it's the Chelsea match that's moved. I mean, as a run of fixtures still, Man United, Liverpool, Man City, Aston Villa, PSG, Everton, away, Chelsea, Burnley again, and then PSG for a second time. That is quite a run of fixtures. Why do they want me to put Aaron Ramsdale in? Very familiar with the team's tactical approach. If I pop that as comparison, yeah, very familiar as the second choice goalkeeper. And have you seen Xhaka's average rating? Have you seen it? It's over a 7. He's a goalkeeper whose ratings still aren't necessarily fixed. Sander Berge, you want a new contract, but every time I talk to you, you back off. As much as I love chuffed, apparently, my assistant manager, I love the fact that that's a mood in this game. Like, he doesn't feel like himself at the minute. Well, maybe if you actually stood up for yourself, I might give you a new contract. We've got the wage budget for it. Probably give him a new one at the end of the year. Just not super keen on doing contracts in the middle of the years. I just like to do them all at the end, if I can. Just makes it easy to know where I stand. And quite often, I don't actually have the wage budget space. This year I do, because they upped it randomly in the middle of the year. I've never had that before. Nacho, why have you been disappointing? Like, he's not been injured. There's no reason for him to be sad. But I'll say it now, because we already know what we're doing next episode. It's going to be PSG and the Everton game, I believe, that follows it. That's going to be exciting. PSG, of course, Neymar versus his former club. Oh wait, was Xhaka injured? Did I just completely miss that Xhaka was injured for the last match? I mean, we got away with it if we did. Okay, so Kyle Walker, not at full fitness. They still want me to bring Armando Izzo in. This is Liverpool. Nacho in, though. Gallardo for Edwards. Jones can't play. Gomez starts. Why do they want me to put Palacios in there? That was interesting. Oh, Neymar. I'm actually going to have to start Jota here. It's not ideal. Why is Gomez's match load heavy? He's not started a game in like a month. Actually, in fact, I've just seen Gomez's last 6... I mean, he's come on as a sub every time. And that's the comparison. As an advanced playmaker, Gomez is definitely better on paper. With the level of fitness that Neymar's at currently, I have to rest him. I have to rest him from the start of the game. Martinez, Jota, Firmino, Salah is a terrifying front four. Just realised it's Jota v Jota. What happened to Robertson? I had this question last time. I think he's still there. He's just not playing. We're first in the form table. They are 5th. This is quite a match that I definitely shouldn't have been resting Neymar for. The thing is, I've rotated Neymar out wherever I could up to this point, so it's not like I could have done much more. So I noticed Fabinho started in central defence. Van Dijk? What's happened to Van Dijk? We're 3rd. They are 7th as things stand. And away we go. I mean, with the point they're getting straight away here, they move up to 6th, but 7th going in today. Yeah, Fabinho, Bentancur is at half fitness. I've just noticed, like, his heart is already on orange after 15 minutes. I don't know what they're doing there. Xhaka, I mean, Meza, that was a bit dangerous, mate. I don't know if I mentioned it, but Xhaka only learned English in about December this year. What a challenge. He'd gone through that entire season in a bit, I think it was. I think it was about 3 months in, so, yeah, about November, December time. He'd gone the first 15 months of his tenure here without speaking English, which is incredible, considering how good he was last year. He has been the focus of January because Borussia Dortmund kept coming in with higher and higher bids for him. The last one totaled up to 39.5 million, and I was very tempted. A little bit rided on 20 international appearances, but it was 35 million guaranteed. I was tempted, but realistically, there was I couldn't go out and get anyone better with that money, especially someone who would then have to gel and learn English, and if he's onside, that's a great goal. He is. It's Jota, who came in for Neymar, so justified. 4th goal of the year for him. Yeah, but even with 35 million, signing a better goalkeeper than Xhaka's been, because he would have to be notably better to be worth swapping for at this stage of the season. Xhaka also had no inclination of joining Borussia Dortmund either. Wow, that is actually really good play. That's really good play. This highlight starts with this free kick, so yeah, that's a goal. First goal of the year for Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's a toe poke, quite frankly. It's Poacher's goal. A little bit annoyed, actually, at this one. Bit fortunate. Bit good at the same time. Sort of treads that fine line. Why did he put the offside line in for when the free kick was taken, not when Lautaro Martinez assisted? Arsenal, by the way, scored 10 goals in this episode and have had 2 red cards against their opposition. What a bizarre coincidence. Right, point finger. We have actually been the better team. I'll tell them revenge, actually, because that's on the options. And that typically gets a lovely little response. There we are. Everyone's motivated. I didn't actually check if Calvert-Lewin was available. That's just dawned on me. I forgot to check if Calvert-Lewin was available. He was only out for 4 to 7 days, something like that. He might have just been good enough for the bench. I don't think he would have been good enough to start. Paddy Chile will gather this one forward to Fofana, to Nacho. Lovely little triangle play there. Nacho on the ball. Forward to Gomez. Gomez will give it to Gallardo on this near side. Gallardo's running at the defence. Oh, he's made a mockery of their left back. Could have done with a better finish, though. Diogo Jota, who has not been great so far in today's match, essentially gets the assist. I don't think it goes down as his assist, but essentially it's the assist. It's somewhat irritating. Diogo Jota was only on 6.2, I seem to remember from the information page. Lautaro, I mean, it's an insane save by Xhaka initially there. That is super unfortunate that resulted in a goal. I mean, Gomez hasn't been great. Burge is running out of energy, and Jota is booked and on a 6.7. Do you bring Neymar on? Jota is on a 6.7 despite scoring. Xhaka plays it out left. I think I am going to do that. Neymar's coming on for the last 15. Palacios, Esposito. What's going on here? I don't like it. I don't like this. They've gathered possession, and I really feel like this is going to be the end of that. I mean, he has run with it, so I was feeling a little bit more confident that it was going to be one of those did so well to the finish. Brozovic. My assistant manager's only just told my players to keep an eye on Lautaro Martinez. How did Nacho cock up the rebound, is what I'm wondering there. Now, there was a little stutter before his corner started, so I wonder if this is being classed as a new highlight. Alisson saves from Chile there. Diogo Jota. No, that was the highlight. Whatever he did resulted in a corner, and Henderson's hit the bar. Just so it's a Leicester beat Norwich away from home. That's a massive victory there in the relegation spot. So Fofana goes close. A lot of corner highlights. I mean, 2-1 versus 3-1. We'll go attacking after this free kick. Why do I always do that? Why do I not understand the difference between a corner and a free kick so often? Thiago, I mean, I think I just got immediately punished for pronouncing his name Thiago for some reason. I told you it was early. Well, now we need to get 2 goals back, and this, I mean, it's almost like they learnt from our first goal, our only goal, I should say. Who's played him onside there? It's this person who's backed off to it's Neymar who's played him onside, actually. Of all the people, it's Neymar that's played him onside. Now, there's a very late highlight here. We're 2 goals behind. If it results in a goal, then lovely for whoever scores it. But Neymar, they've cocked it up at the back, and Neymar's almost punished them. He has punished them. 11th goal of the season. It's a bit little late, but both left wingers getting a goal in this game. Interestingly, Esposito. Great work from Esposito. I have been impressed with Esposito in the games that he's played. I was about to say I don't think Esposito's rating is going to be affected by that, just because of the way the highlight panned out. I think it did just. I was going to say I'm not pleased with it. A heavy defeat was expected. Does put Manchester City in range again, is my only concern. 6 points behind, 8 goals behind. Like, at some point, West Brom are going to fall away, right? At some point. But I'll play Manchester City and Aston Villa by myself away from an episode, and then I'll return for the big match in Paris, and followed by Everton. 2 away days. 2 away days against teams in blue. PSG and Everton. We'll see you for them next time out. Until then, thank you for watching. Ta-ra.